Aviation has set the goal of being fossil-free by 2050. This will not happen by itself. We will tell you what has been done and what will be done to reach the goal. We start in 1990. The fall of the Iron Curtain and easier border crossings in Europe, along with deregulation of aviation, led to steady and significant growth in air traffic throughout the 1990s. In 1998, Norway's new main airport opened at Gardermoen, which also boosted traffic in Norway. With this came increased awareness of aviation emissions, and towards the end of the decade, the Kyoto Protocol became an important reference for future agreements to reduce emissions, and in 1999, ICAO introduced the first global CO2 standards for aviation. The new millennium began turbulently with the 9/11 attacks in 2001, leading to a short but marked decline in air traffic and the bankruptcy of several major players. However, the 2000s also saw the rise of low-cost airlines, revitalizing traffic. European authorities intensified efforts to cut aircraft emissions, initiating the EU's emissions trading system in 2005. Domestically, the Civil Aviation Administration transformed into Avinor in 2003. By 2008, Avinor was already exploring the use of sustainable aviation fuel, SAF, certified for use in 2009. In the 2010s, global initiatives to reduce aviation emissions accelerated. ICAO launched a comprehensive CO2 reduction framework in 2010, and Oslo Airport became the first international airport to integrate SAF into its fuel system. The inclusion of domestic aviation in the EU's emissions trading system in 2012 bolstered these efforts. The Paris Agreement of 2015 marked a significant climate milestone, followed by the establishment of CORSIA by ICAO in 2016 to stabilise international aviation emissions. In 2018, Avinor acquired an electric aircraft and continued to innovate in sustainable landings, setting a European standard. The 2020s started under the shadow of a global pandemic, drastically reducing air traffic, but sharpening the focus on sustainability. Let's take this opportunity to look at some figures. This shows the development of CO2 emissions globally per passenger kilometre up to today, and an optimistic further development towards 2050. The goal is ambitious and the current decade will be crucial for achieving it. In 2020, Norway became the first country to introduce a 0.5% SAF blending mandate, followed by the EU Refuel Aviation Regulation, mandating 2% SAF from 2025, gradually increasing to 70% in 2050. In 2022, a highly ambitious goal was established by ICAO, net zero carbon emissions by 2050, setting the standard for the global aviation industry. In 2024, Avinor decided to implement curved approaches at all 43 airports by 2028, enhancing efficiency and reducing emissions. The same year, the government proposed a 1 billion kroner allocation in the National Transport Plan to accelerate zero and low-emission aviation. And Norway was launched as an international test arena for zero and low-emission aircraft, aiming to introduce the first commercial electrical flight by the end of the decade. The 2030s promise groundbreaking innovations, with Airbus's hydrogen aircraft debuting in 2035, accompanied by passenger drones and hybrid aircraft, all paving the way for a cleaner, more sustainable future. In the 2040s, electric and hydrogen aircraft will become integral to the fleet. However, SAF will be the key to fossil-free aviation, driven by the blending mandate steadily increasing to 70% in 2050. By mid-century, Norway aims to achieve its vision of fossil-free aviation. No flights in or out of Norway will use fossil fuels. The entire aviation industry will operate on fossil-free solutions. Aviation's journey towards a fossil-free future has been marked by innovation, commitment, and collaboration across the industry. From the first regulations in the 1990s to the groundbreaking technologies of the mid-21st century, these three key factors have played a major role all along the way. With electric, hydrogen, and low-emission aircraft as the standard by 2050, and minimal impact on the natural environment on the ground, we have achieved our goal of fossil-free aviation.